Absolutely, Irina, congratulations. Welcome back to the studio. It felt like the results, the decisive results, were just about ready to show on your boards. And finally, they did. You scored a hat trick. You scored 3 decisive results, 3 wins. How do you feel right now? And what changed in your play?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Nothing changed at all, right? It was just a matter of, playing a little bit better and maybe getting a little bit luckier. Yeah, and I do, like I said, I feel like I've been playing better every round. And this game was kind of a pleasant surprise, when you get to attack like that. It's kind of inspiring because you don't win in a routine way, but you actually, I think G5 was a really interesting pawn sack.
Going all the way.
Maybe we can talk about this position. Oh, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Fabiano Caruana just won his game against Elshan Moriadiyabadi and extends his lead at the top.
Yeah, so when she let me play this move C5, right, I thought, okay, that's, Black has delayed developing this knight for way too long, right? She could have played knight D7.
Something like knight D7.
Yeah, knight D7.
Here.
Okay, that structure position, yeah, of course it's nice for whites, but when she played A5, I was like, I can actually do better than that, and C5 looks like really interesting because actually I have bishop A3 ideas, so it's very hard for her to take back with the queen. No, if she takes, then that's what happens in the game.
Right.
But in general, if she goes knight C6 and I take, right, she can't take with the queen because of this. So this little detail is not helpful for Black. And if she takes with a C pawn, I just thought the position after C4, honestly, was pretty bad. And, yes, it's kind of playable, but, I was even looking at ideas here of, knight F3 to D2 to B1 to C3 as, the best square for the knight and just stay in that position. Because it's pretty, it seems kind of bad in terms of the pawn structure for Black here. But what she went for, I guess, is even worse. Yeah,
she took on C5.
Yeah, and this position was, quite amazing for white. But I think I deserve a beating for this F4 move. It was such a bad positional move, actually. And I think I just got overexcited about my position. I just was like, oh, this looks nice for me. But of course, if you just think about the big picture, you have the center, you have the bishop pair. So why am I trading pieces? Why am I changing the pawn structure? Yeah, I think F4 I wasn't, in hindsight, wasn't too happy with that.
But still, even after F4, you do keep some of your advantage and definitely this very nice center, right? That became decisive in the game. Knight takes C5, and then you play this move, bishop to F4, rook to E8, and G4.
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit here. I just realized it wasn't so easy for me to win with this big center, right, that I'd been counting on. If I go D4, there's always bishop C4. My pawn can't really move to D5, and so I wasn't sure how I was going to proceed here. So then I was like, well, let me try this G4 idea, maybe somewhere I can play G5, it is kind of part of the board where I can do something on. And after she played knight F8, bishop E3, B6, then I was like, again, I was kind of stuck for a move. And then this idea hit me, I can just sack the pawn to make sure the diagonal is always open, and G5 is under pressure, and then I can go in the center. And that's actually probably the best thing that I came up with in the game because it really accelerated the win, right? You could just tell it it was a turning point, and after this point, okay, somehow the game went smoothly. Despite the computer's evaluation, I never felt any trouble again in this game.
You felt like the pressure is piling up and your opponent is faltering under it.
It was really hard for her, to figure out what to do with the knight, to protect the G5 pawn or not, and the center now was kind of untouchable,
Yeah, absolutely. And were there any critical moments after this one, or you just felt like you...
over here, actually, wait 1 second, Cristian. I was wondering if I could sack the exchange. I was like, can I just go rook CF1? But then I realized, after bishop F5 and pawn takes, she always has these F6 ideas, and actually my pawns, they could get a little bit stuck. So... Yeah,
I have to say, this is very tempting. Seeing D5, E5, and F5.
Yeah, I thought that was stylish. But, then I was like, I don't really need this because I can just move my rook. And And then basically she has a tough time defending this f7 pawn, and once I take it, then it's just like a matter of, not blundering anything and winning with the queen and the pawns.
Absolutely. Irina, congratulations. 3 out of 3 in the last 3 rounds. Congratulations. Go get some rest, and we'll see you in the remainder of your games.
Thank you, Cristian.
Well done, Irina. 3 in a row, indeed.